So, who do I prefer? Keqing, the Electroqueen, or Hu Tao, the Pyroqueen? I would think it's pretty obvious by now who I prefer. Why not both? I mean, you need two teams to complete the higher floors of Spiral Abyss, so just chuck one on one team and the other on the other team and we're done, right? Okay, I think you want a real answer, but let's get the obvious facts out of the way. Hu Tao and Keqing both struggle against slimes of their respective elements, and especially Hu Tao, since she relies so much on her elemental conversion to do meaningful damage, and her physical damage capabilities are, let's say, below average. Keqing sort of uses this fact if you're using Thunder Receiver, but then again for both cases, just uses supports to clear out the slimes, so I guess this didn't really matter too much. This being said, let's move on to the actual answer. And this part really sucks to say, but I've been opting to use Hu Tao over Keqing as of late. The reason being, it's because Hu Tao just does illegal amounts of damage on such a consistent basis, and most of it attributes to the fact that she's a pyro character. And not only that, but her kit seems way more well designed than Keqing's. I mean, Hu Tao loses HP on activation of her E, but this also feeds into the fact that she wants to be at low health to get more of her damage. And you can easily accommodate this by having a shield character such as Zhongli or Noelle. And don't even get me started on how broken Homa is on Hu Tao. Yeah, let's not. I think everyone knows already. And again, she is a Pyro DPS, so she has access to the strongest reactions in the game, which are arguably Vaporize and Melt. And here's another thing. Her charge attack is a natural chasing tool, meaning that you don't have to waste as much stamina chasing enemies around. And just to put the cherry on top, she leaves a blossom at enemies that does like 10k damage per tick. You know, just a free 10k damage. Keqing on the other hand seems like everything in her kit seems to work against her. Her artifacts are good, you know, but they don't have the same synergy that Crimson Witch has for Hu Tao. Her weapons seem amazing on paper, until you realize that the J Cutter wasn't really built with Keqing's kit in mind, the same way that Homa was built for Hu Tao. Her Lightning Stiletto does an excellent job of chasing enemies down, but then you activate it the second time, and you realize that it knocks them back. And then her charge attack kicks back enemies the equivalent of 5 football fields, and here's the little kicker. She even steps back a little bit when she does animation, if her stamina issues weren't bad enough already. Then there's the fact that Keqing is Electro, and Electro reactions as of patch 1.4 absolutely suck. They cannot crit, they don't amplify your damage like how Pyro reactions do. Actually, they seem to have barely any scaling. And I mean, Keqing on her own still does a lot of damage, even without reactions. But with reactions, Superconduct and Pyro reactions, the Overload reaction, are detrimental to Electro Keqing's playstyle, meaning that Keqing just can't reach the damage heights that Hu Tao can, no matter how much you brute force it. And even without reactions, Hu Tao is still out-damaging Keqing, and that took me a while for it to sink in as a Keqing main. And believe me, I spent 2 months trying to min-max my Keqing's artifacts and even got the J Cutter for her. But then I only spent 3 weeks rolling for Hu Tao's artifacts and slapped Staff of Homa onto her, and Hu Tao is already out-damaging my Keqing. But, does it really matter that Keqing can't one-shot enemies on a regular basis like how Hu Tao can? Well, actually for Abyss it kinda does matter, but there's a reason why you can have 2 teams, and if I didn't have Keqing, then my other team would just be a mess, to say the least. But I think it's more important to play the character that you find more fun to play, or has the most waifu factor to you. Sometimes I just pop Keqing. That sounds bad. Sometimes I just slot her into my team. I put her onto my team sometimes just to have fun with her. Okay, that didn't sound any better. But most of the time, I run Hu Tao so I can nuke enemies, but that doesn't mean I don't like Keqing. Keqing will always be #1 waifu in my heart, and I'm just biding my time until miHoYo decides to either buff Keqing and Electro, or preferably both. And note, this is not a Keqing hate video. If you see anyone showing Keqing hate, that means they didn't watch the whole video. So just point them to this timestamp right here. But let me know what you thought in the comments below and try to keep responses civil. It shouldn't matter if you made a different character than another person, as long as you personally have fun with the game. But other than that, make sure to check me out at twitch.tv/young_link and leave a like if you enjoyed. That'll be it for me for now, and thanks for watching. I wonder if people are gonna forget that I'm a Keqing main. Oh well.